Antichrist is going to be a hybrid of a human alien that is, in theory, a creation of the fallen angels, and they will have this power like the Nephilim did of like this men of old and renown, you know, like they were like they're just powerful. The connections of UFOs, angels, and basically what is going to transpire involving like all this news coming out.
Yeah.
He made this documentary it was released in 2007, I believe, but he had started the research of it 10 years prior to that. So I think 1996 or 1997.
Okay.
And he said at this time there was no internet really. Like you couldn't just like Google stuff willy-nilly. So all of his research is based out of libraries and books and talking to theologians and all this different craziness. So it's like very rigorous research.
Yeah.
And it is so crazy the connections that he makes with UFOs, with fallen angels and angels, and what he thinks, or what the guy that he interviewed, who was this like older dude who was a professor at some theology school, seminary, and the predictions of what it's going to look like in the end times regarding aliens and this false flag and the Antichrist and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And because I found it very interesting that Albert Pike, where he wrote about the World War III, where he's like both Christianity and atheism will be destroyed. So atheists who don't believe in a God or a creator will now believe in a creator. And but then Christianity will be destroyed as well. So there's going to be this Antichrist in a sense, you know?
So you said the nihilists too. They believe you can know nothing. So a truth will be revealed is what they're saying.
That's leading to like the one universal government, right? Like that's the idea. That's the idea.
Because he talks about all these nations just destroying each other.
For Christianity to be destroyed, of course, there are believers that would prevail through something like that. And so that's maybe the great deception, but then also could we deduce that maybe the rapture happens?
Yeah, maybe.
At a similar time frame.
Yeah. It gets complicated talking about the rapture because there's so many people that believe it's this, or it's like there's no rapture, and it's like who knows? Yeah. You know, but like
maybe we should go around and actually just share like what?
Go ahead.
What? It's so fun. Maybe we should each go around and share our own opinion of who we think the Antichrist is. I'll go first. Oprah. No.
But they did say in that documentary they think that the Antichrist is going to be a hybrid of a human alien that is, in theory, a creation of the fallen angels, and they will have this power like the Nephilim did of like this men of old and renown, you know, like they were like they were just powerful.
Yeah.
And that because it talks about in Revelation that the nations will be at war with God. And it's like, well, what does that mean? What does it mean to be at war with God? But if we're talking about spiritual warfare and UFOs and aliens being angels and fallen angels, that's a lot of quotes.
That's a lot of quotations.
Could angels and fallen angels, is that what we're seeing that are UFOs? And do they in fact possess this technology to where they can be like fighting? Because there was a war in heaven, you know?
Yeah.
And the fallen angels lost.
And we look at these UFOs that immediately can snap into another, I mean, just evaporate.
Yeah.
Is that another dimension? Is that traveling through time and space? Is that whole thing is just wild.
Is there a war or a casting out?
There's a war, right?
I mean, that's the thing. It's just I don't want to not splitting hairs at that point, but it's like it just depends on your definition of what you mean war is.
No, I'm saying there's a war in heaven.
Dude,
that's what
my brain, every time you make any of these like end times assertions, immediately starts like thinking back to passages and how much study I feel I need to do. I'm like, I need to bust out all of the concordances and
Revelation 12, verse 7 through 10. It says, then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven.
So scary.
Yeah.
It's just having that vision and seeing that and like, oof.